Welcome back to the Language Lift, the podcast that helps you navigate the exciting world of language learning. I'm your host, Sarah Chen, and today we're diving into a topic that's essential for anyone looking to build their career or work in an international setting: Office English for beginners. And crucially, we're going to talk about how to make it easy to practice. With me today, I have Mark Davis, a fantastic language coach and corporate communication expert. Mark, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here. This is a topic I'm really passionate about because I see firsthand how much confidence and opportunity a solid grasp of Office English can unlock for people.
Absolutely. So, Mark, let's start with the big question. For someone who's just starting out, or maybe they have some general English skills, but feel a bit lost in a professional environment, why is specifically learning Office English so crucial?
That's a fantastic place to begin, Sarah. Think about it. The modern workplace, even locally, is often a melting pot of cultures and languages. English has become the default lingua franca in many companies. For a beginner, mastering Office English isn't just about sounding smart. It's about effective communication. It's about being able to understand instructions, participate in meetings, write clear emails, and even just engage in a bit of polite small talk by the coffee machine. Without it, you can feel isolated, miss opportunities, and honestly, your confidence can really take a hit.
That makes so much sense. It's not just about grammar, it's about navigating the professional landscape. And I think for many beginners, the idea of Office English sounds intimidating. They might think they need to be perfectly fluent, or that it's full of complex jargon. What's your take on that?
You've hit on a common misconception. The truth is, for beginners, Office English doesn't mean speaking like a native-level CEO right away. It means focusing on practical, high-frequency phrases and structures that you'll use day in and day out. We're talking about phrases for introductions, asking for clarification, scheduling a meeting, agreeing or disagreeing politely, or even just saying hello and goodbye in a professional context. It's about clarity and common courtesy, not complexity.
So it's about functional communication first and foremost. I love that. And that leads us perfectly into the easy English practice part of our discussion. Because even if it's simpler than people imagine, consistent practice is still key. How can beginners make that practice feel, well, easy?
Great question. The easy part is crucial because if it feels too hard, you won't stick with it. My number one tip for easy practice is to integrate it into your existing routine. Don't try to carve out an extra hour every day. Instead, think about the English you already encounter or could encounter in your day. Are you writing an email? Try drafting it in English first, even if it's just a few key phrases. Are you listening to a podcast? Find one related to your industry in English. Are you walking to work? Shadow common office phrases you've learned. Micro practices add up.
Micro practices, I love that. It takes the pressure off. So instead of feeling like you need a grand study session, you can do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. What about specific areas? For beginners, which office scenarios should they prioritize?
Definitely. I'd say prioritize these 4: emails, meetings, phone calls, and small talk. For emails, focus on simple, clear structures, a polite opening, state your purpose directly, and a polite closing. Learn phrases like, I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to inquire about. Please let me know if you have any questions. And best regards. You can find templates online for different types of emails, requests, updates, apologies, and adapt them. For meetings, the key is active listening and understanding how to ask for clarification. Learn, could you repeat that, please? Could you explain what you mean by? Or, if I understand correctly, you're saying. You don't need to dominate the conversation. Just being able to follow along and interject with a clear question is a huge step.
That's brilliant advice, especially for meetings where the pace can sometimes be very fast. What about phone calls and small talk? Those can feel particularly daunting.
They can, but again, simplicity is your friend. For phone calls, focus on standard greetings. Hello, this is your name from your company. Learn how to transfer a call, take a message, or simply say, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you please speak a little slower?" Role play these with a friend or even just with yourself in front of a mirror. And small talk, the dreaded small talk, but it's essential for building rapport. Keep it light. Topics like the weather, recent news, weekends, or simple compliments are great. Learn phrases like, "How was your weekend? Did you watch the game last night?" Or, "That's a lovely tie." The goal isn't deep conversation, just connection.
Those are fantastic practical tips, Mark. I think a big barrier for beginners is the fear of making mistakes. How do you encourage people to push past that and truly embrace easy practice without constantly worrying about perfection?
That's probably the biggest hurdle for everyone, not just beginners. My philosophy is this: mistakes are not failures, they are data points. Every time you make a mistake, you're learning. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You fall a few times, scrape your knee, but you get back on, adjust, and eventually you're riding smoothly. No one expects you to be a professional cyclist on your first try. Similarly, no one expects perfect English from a beginner. Focus on being understood. If you communicate your message, even with grammatical errors, you've succeeded. The fluency and accuracy will come with consistent, pressure-free practice.
That's such a freeing perspective. So, if I'm a beginner listening right now, what's one easy practice exercise I could do this week to kickstart my office English journey?
Okay, here's a super easy one. Choose 3 common office phrases. For example, "Could you please clarify? I'll get back to you on that," and "sounds good." Write them down. Then every time you have an opportunity to use one, even if it's just mentally in your head, practice it. If you're in a meeting and someone says something you don't fully grasp, think, "Could you please clarify?" Even if you don't say it aloud, the mental rehearsal is powerful. And if you do get a chance to say it, even better. Do this for a week, and you'll be amazed at how those phrases start to feel natural.
That's brilliant. Low stakes, high reward. It builds that muscle memory without overwhelming you. So, Mark, as we wrap up, what would be your main takeaways for our listeners about Office English for beginners in making that practice easy and effective?
My pleasure. I'd say first, remember that Office English is a gateway to more opportunities and greater confidence. Don't let the idea of perfection stop you. Second, easy English practice means consistent, practical application in small doses. Look for those micro moments throughout your day. Third, prioritize key scenarios like emails, meetings, phone calls, and small talk, because these are your bread and butter in the office. And finally, embrace mistakes as part of the learning journey. Every error is just an opportunity to get better. Start small, be consistent, and you'll be amazed at your progress.
Wonderful advice, Mark. It really boils down to focused, practical engagement, right? It's not about being flawless. It's about being functional and confident. And the easy practice approach makes it accessible to everyone, which is exactly what we want. Thank you so much for sharing your insights today.
My absolute pleasure, Sarah. Keep practicing, everyone.
And thank you all for tuning in to The Language Lift. We hope this episode has given you the tools and encouragement to start or continue your journey with Office English. Remember, every little bit of practice counts, and you're building a valuable skill for your future. Until next time, happy learning.